Live from the 215. This is Wrestle Cave Podcast, episode 49. I am Ace Porter here, my tag team partner, the 30 Case. How you doing, bro?
I'm alive. I'm good. I'm here. I'm ready to talk some wrestling.
Let's talk some wrestling now. We realized that the show is coming out Friday, so y'all got all the information between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So look, we're gonna try a new format. We're gonna come up with our own topics. Figure out some things that we want to discuss. So Casey, let's get to it, bro.
Well, before we get to it, you can follow us on Facebook, Wrestle Cave Podcast, or join the group. We got a couple different things on there. You can go to Twitter, follow us Wrestle_Cave. You can go to Instagram, Wrestle Cave, and as always, YouTube. You can check out our YouTube channel, and you can just listen here wherever you're listening to us now. Like Ace said, we're going to try some new things here. We know that you get all your recap shows everywhere else. You probably have heard it from 12 other sources by the time you listen to us. So we're going to take all the things that have happened and we're going to kind of make some topics out of them and, talk about them. But first, something else we're going to try is we're going to try to kick things off every week with the wrestling story of the week. Now, Ace, I listen to podcasts of people telling stories all day long, and there's some funny ones out there, Yeah, and I read stuff and all the documentaries you hear, and you hear stories over the years. I came across one that's pretty funny that I thought.
Please share.
And every week I'm going to try to roll these out, and I want you guys to let me know what you think. So this one happened many years ago, back in the old WWF days. This took place between Terry Taylor, who you might know as the Red Rooster, and Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Now this story took place on an airplane, so they're on a flight. Terry Taylor's sitting across from Dusty Rhodes. Dusty's got his headphones on, so Terry thinks he's listening to music. So he starts doing an imitation of Dusty Rhodes, in the Dusty Rhodes, saying all his classic lines and in his little tongue with his little lisp and everything, his southern drawl. So every now and then, Dusty would take his headphones off and say, "You say something, brother?" And he'd be like, "Nope," and he would keep going on his business. So this would go on for a little while. And then 2 whole years later, these two are now working in WCW, a completely different company. Right. They had gone out to dinner with their wives. Their wives went back to the rooms, I guess. And they're just sitting around talking. And Dusty Rhodes just turns to Terry Taylor and he says, "By the way, the volume was never on." And that is this week's wrestling story of the week. And that is classic Dusty right there. Classic Dusty. But I'm going to try to find some stories that maybe you guys have never heard, or maybe you have heard and you just like hearing. I'm going to bring them up every week. What'd you think of that one? Good start?
Yeah, good start.
So keep on the lookout for that. But since we've been gone, a lot of things have happened. Yeah. WrestleMania, we were at all the shows. Let's recap real quick. How was your time?
It was cold. It was cold.
Yeah.
It was low key depressing. It was like, it was a lot going on. You didn't get that feel like it was Mania that, because
we don't have to break down the matches because everybody's heard it by now. But we could talk about your experiences.
Yeah, it was spread out. The New Japan show was dope.
Yeah, I know you were.
That whole
I was
angle.
upset I couldn't get there.
Yeah, that whole angle with Cass and them was crazy. We didn't know what the fuck was going on because they act like they didn't shoot it, so we didn't know if they were playing off of that invasion thing or like it was serious.
I was sitting at home and that was going on, but the Bret Hart thing had just happened too. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like sitting at home watching the New Japan show, but like I'm on Twitter tweeting about the New Japan show. Then I'm like, Bret Hart, what the fuck happened to Bret Hart? And then I see it, and then I'm like, and then Enzo and Cass started popping up, and they didn't show it on the broadcast, so I didn't know what had happened. I had to go back and find it.
Yeah, it was crazy because we were trying to figure out. It was just like Yano was at the top just laughing, like, because it was getting fucked up for a little bit.
Bubba had come out too.
Yeah. So it's crazy. Even yesterday, seeing the promos that they're dropping over there, and that's crazy. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my Airbnb was dope. Shout out to Robbie.
Shout out to Airbnb.
Yeah.
Shout out to Robbie.
It was going down to Airbnb. But other than that, yeah, man. It's always good to go to New York, but I didn't get that feel like vacation or because I'm constantly in New York, stuff like that. So
I had done
Takeover. Oh God.
Oh yeah, Takeover.
Yeah, Takeover. Shit.
See, we had different. You went to all the big shows. I went to all the little shows.
Right, but I didn't get out there until like Friday.
Yeah, I had been there since Wednesday doing
yeah,
shows.
yeah. I didn't even.
I think I had seen 4 shows before you got to Takeover. Yeah,
thank God I was able to make it. But it was just like, I literally touched down and I had to go right to Takeover. Like it was like that. But Takeover is wild, insane. As always, that's my 3rd, 4th Takeover in the Barclays Center. So it was dope. Obviously, I knew Mania was going to be one of the best Manias, especially I wasn't there, so I knew.
I was there.
Knew. Yeah, the experience. It was awesome. Yeah, it was long as fuck, right?
Wait, can I?
Was it cold?
Speaking of, all right, you want to hear this fucking story? All right, I brought my fiance. So she has seen the last 2 WrestleManias. Yeah. She has seen them. So she knows last year was New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
So it was in a dome. But the year before that was outside in Orlando. So, and all day I'm talking about the weather, right? I'm like, oh, yeah, let me bring a jacket. It's going to be cold. She thinks we're going inside. She thinks we're like in a dome.
Oh, shit.
So she stood, I missed the whole pre-show because she wanted to stand in line and get like a sweatshirt and a hat.
Oh, right.
I'm like, you fucking.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, whatever. Like, it's the pre-show. It's whatever. I really don't need to see it anyway. So I went back and watched it. But I'll say it was really long and it was cold as shit.
It was.
It wasn't cold as shit, but it was.
Sit there long enough.
When you sit there long enough and you're not moving around, it gets to you a little bit. But it didn't bother me. I'm a Eagles season ticket holder. I've sat through way colder than that, so it didn't bother me. It bothered her more than me.
I bet.
But I just felt sometimes the crowd kind of got a little out of it, but which is expected. It's a long show. I felt that some things didn't need to be cut there, but as my first Mania, I had a blast. So
awesome.
And the shows I went to before, Evolve was crazy. Impact was a good show. Really good show from Impact. Black Label put on an awesome show. Their Adventures in Wrestling. What else? I mean, I was all over the place.
Yeah, you were all over.
My MVPs for the weekend, as far as like wrestlers go, would have to be AR or Dante Fox, whatever you want to call him. He absolutely killed it in a couple matches I saw him, and I know he had a bunch more too that I got to watch online. And then Ace Austin is fucking amazing. If you go on our Twitter, I posted him jumping off the top of a fucking.
I seen that.
Oh my god, he was like 20 feet in the air, easy. And AR Fox was just jumping all over the place that weekend too.
I gotta watch. Will Ospreay versus Bandito.
Yeah.
I heard that was at
good.
WrestleCon.
Yeah.
I was mad as fuck.
Another one that was good was Jimmy Havoc versus Sami Callihan. I mean, we've seen it a bunch, but it was a solid match. Mm-hmm. And then MLW had a really good Battle Riot show. If you guys get a chance to check that out, it was really good.
It's on the YouTube page. Did they put it?
Yeah, they put everything on their YouTube, or it's on beIN Sports. But that was a really good show also. But yeah, just a really good weekend, to be honest with you. And I enjoyed the Ring of Honor show. The New Japan part of the Ring of Honor show, but I enjoyed the show overall. You want to get to what's next in the world of wrestling?
Yeah, why not?
So over the past few weeks, we've had the Superstar fucking shakeup. The Superstar shakeup. Raw and SmackDown have been shooken up. I'll get into the results here. So going to SmackDown, we've had Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Elias, Bayley, Ember Moon, Kairi Sane, Lars Sullivan, Buddy Murphy, Liv Morgan, Chad Gable, Apollo Crews, Mickey James, Otis, and Tucker of Heavy Machinery. Also, Aleister Black has also gone over there. To Raw, we had AJ, The Miz, Ricochet, Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders now, I believe. We'll get into that in another segment a little later on. Andrade and Zelina switched for a Monday night, and then they switched back.
I heard there's political reasons.
I heard it was Fox. I know a lot of people are saying Charlotte. Charlotte posted something saying, "Don't believe all you hear." I believe it was Fox. Then you had Rey Mysterio, the Usos, Naomi, EC3, Lacey Evans, Eric Young, and Cedric Alexander. So we had the breaking up of a tag team in Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, which we saw was for the best because we had another name change in Robert Roode. We saw the breaking up of Sanity, which we'll see what happens there.
It's sad.
I'm hopeful that Killian Dane is going to get a push, but don't know that for sure. I hope.
I'm still trying to understand why they don't use him.
I don't
Or
either.
didn't use Sanity at all for the most.
Well, me either. Well, let's start it off. Who do you think won, SmackDown or Raw?
I think they're both. I think both shows are fine. I enjoy both shows since the shakeup.
Well, who do you think won the shakeup between the people that they got?
Raw.
You think Raw?
You put AJ on there. I thought SummerSlam was going to be AJ and Seth. They jumped right to it. So I don't, yeah. And they got the Usos. Like, I mean, they got Naomi. Yeah, they got the heavy hitters over there. They even got Joe. They got Joe over there too.
They did. Oh yeah, that was a late addition this week. I forgot to mention Joe.
Yeah, to me, it just seems like they really just got Roman over there on SmackDown. I'm trying to remember who else they got.
Well, they got Finn.
Oh yeah, Finn too.
They got Elias, who Elias is doing this thing with Shane that I really like. Actually, he's like kind of his like henchman. I kind of like that.
Yeah, keep Roman busy. Keep him out of the way while Kofi gets pushed.
Here's why I'm gonna say SmackDown won. Mm-hmm. The women's division that they have now, they got Bayley, Ember Moon, Kairi Sane. That alone makes their women's division really good. Then Mickey James comes over. Mickey James, whatever. The only people that Raw got they got Naomi and Lacey. I don't really see anybody else. They got Zelina, but Zelina doesn't wrestle, and she went back to SmackDown anyway. So that tag team division over there on SmackDown is just insane now. And then Bayley, after her match with Charlotte this week, I'm not a fan of Bayley. But if they keep doing this with Bayley, I will be a fan.
So wait a minute. Is Alistair and Ricochet over? Or are they still...
Alistair's on SmackDown now. Ricochet is on Raw.
Okay, did Alistair... did he have a match this week? I can't recall. I don't think he did.
I don't believe he did. He just cut a promo.
Okay.
I think he did a little backstage promo. It was all black and it was just him talking.
That's dope. I really fucking enjoyed them as a tag team though.
I did too. I just knew it wasn't going to last. I would have liked to see it last a little bit longer since they kind of teased them and we didn't really get a breakup, which we never really do anymore.
Yeah.
Anything, but I mean, that's pick.
And they still got KO.
Yeah. I don't want to spend too long on this, so let's a couple other questions about this. What wrestler do you think benefits the most from the shakeup? I'll kick this one off since I got an answer already. I'll let you think.
Wait.
I'm going with Roman Reigns. I think on Raw, he's been there for so long that people were so used to that character. Him coming back, they already kind of were into him. If you could see from the last couple of weeks, like it was already kind of, all right, Roman's back. Mm-hmm. People were kind of souring on it already. And this new thing that he's doing over on SmackDown, going against Shane and Elias, I think it could work. I mean, I've actually been interested in Roman, and in the past I haven't been. I mean, I haven't said any bad things about him in a long time, but I'm starting to get more interested in Roman, and I think it's a good move for him. I think
definitely
he has a lot of new opponents over there that he hasn't had because a lot of people have just been on SmackDown.
Where's Braun at? Is Braun still on Raw?
Braun's still on Raw. Which is
cool.
Good.
Lars is on
SmackDown, which is good. Yeah. I thought he should have stayed there. Eventually, we're going to see those two, Lars and Roman, but I hope they keep off for that.
A personal favorite, I'm gonna say Chad Gable.
Yes, he went over to SmackDown.
Yeah, I think Rude benefits also. Robert, whatever the fuck his name is today. So name changes. But yeah, he's back to being that heel, but he reminds me of he definitely reminds me of I can't think of his name right now. What's my guy name? With D-Generation X.
X-Pac?
No, the manager, I can't think of his name.
Oh, Rick Rude.
Rick Rude, yeah.
Oh, yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I said.
Yeah, he's like literally like he's even have the same. They're fucking around the same goatee.
I mean, I was making like
same
back in.
mustache.
I think people were making that back in when he was in TNA, making that too. But now it's just like it's him spitting image.
Yeah.
Who do you think benefits the least from the shakeup? There's a couple for me.
Sasha.
Sasha.
They took the straps off her before they were able. When they went to NXT,
That's not really from the shakeup though. That was before.
But she's not. You go from being the champion. Here's my point. You go from being the champion. You go to these different companies. You're going to defend these belts. NXT. I'm getting excited. Take the straps off them. Put them on Iconics. Iconics. They cannot do that. They can't take those.
That's got nothing to do with the shakeup.
What I'm saying is she hasn't even been on TV since then. So it's like
that's on her though.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like,
that's her fault. That's not their fault. So
I just think that she gets fucked over all the time, and
I'm tired of hearing that.
If I was her, I'm glad. I hope she doesn't come back. But nine times out of 10, she probably will. Who else? Shit. I don't know, man. It's the Wild Wild West going on right now. I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah,
you don't know who's the least?
Yeah, I don't know who's the least.
I'm gonna have to say, just because of the way he's been treated, I'm actually gonna pick someone that you pick to be the best. I'm picking Chad Gable. I think the tag team thing was the best thing he's done in a while. I mean, they tried the singles thing. They gave him 2 really good matches against Samoa Joe and forget the other person, but then he was nowhere to be found again, and until they moved him to Raw to do this thing. So I kind of think he doesn't benefit from this. I think breaking up that tag team hurts him. It's going to benefit Rude a lot. We've already seen it. We didn't even see Chad on TV this week. So I'm kind of thinking we'll see for Chad, but I'm thinking it doesn't really benefit him.
I'm just praying that the new creative there, can come up with something for him, because he can talk. I mean, and he can wrestle. So I don't understand. I don't get that at all.
Last question for you about the shakeup. Who do you think should have been traded to another brand? Like someone that definitely should have. I think I would have traded the guy who's been on Raw forever. It seemed like one of these 3 should have went: Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, or Drew. Because SmackDown really only has Lars and now Kevin Owens. They need another big heel. I feel like Drew would have fit in really nicely over there, or even Bobby. I feel like one of those 3 should have went, because there's so many heels on Raw.
Well, speaking of that,
because Elias is a heel, but he's not a big enough heel for that.
But I was about to say maybe he could benefit. He can definitely benefit from being over there and getting that rub from Shane. And
true,
he's about to face Roman. That's going to be a high profile match, so it's a good spot for him. So he's definitely benefiting. Lars is benefiting,
and he's palling around with Shane. So.
Yeah. Who should have been traded over there? I would like to see. That's a good question, bro. I'm thinking. I think Apollo Crews. Is he?
He did get traded.
He got traded
to SmackDown.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was So he got traded over there.
Sorry, I'm typing some shit over here.
No, you good. I don't know. I kind of wish that Asuka still was on her own, but I get the tag team thing.
That was one I was hoping she would have moved.
And now you got Paige speaking for him. I know on paper it looks good because they can't really talk like that, but it doesn't look. It just the visual didn't look. It
as good as her and Io.
It did. Yeah, it did not. It didn't come across as good as it.
I still want to know why Paige is like. You know what I mean? Why Paige?
I think Paige to give him something to give her something to do.
Yeah,
and she could talk, but
I guess her as the mouthpiece for them too makes sense
because
they don't like. we know they never liked Asuka talking, which I don't understand. But
Yeah.
I guess that is the way of getting Asuka over where she doesn't have to talk.
But it just looks.
It does frustrate me though.
It just looks weird. It just doesn't look. It doesn't look as good as it should on paper.
So, and then how'd you feel about these two shows now that we saw this past week after the shakeup?
Even before the shakeup, ever since they brought up Ricochet and Alistair, I've been really digging the shows. I feel like they brought a different type of energy and style. They brought that NXT excitement up to the main roster, and those tag team matches were really, really good. And then you had the shit going on, the storylines going on have been good also. I think they've been doing a good job at making more shit matter, or like more direction as far as the show is concerned,
Especially this past week.
yeah. So I've been liking the show so far. I haven't nothing really to complain about.
All right. So here's where I switch a little bit of gears. So I just wanted to get the shakeup out of the way because we haven't talked about it. It's been a big thing. But here's where we switch gears a little bit, where we're talking about our new little kind of format where we want to take some things that happen and then just broaden it out and talk about them. So I want to talk about what's with all these name changes. What is in a name? Like the War Machine has gone to the War Raiders, has gone to the Viking Experience, has gone to the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
When do you need a name change? Like, when is it? I say when you actually change the gimmick is when you need an actual name change. Like when the Wyatts turned to the Bludgeon Brothers, that necessitated a name change because it was a little bit of a gimmick change in the way they dressed. They came out with the hammers. Husky Harris to Bray Wyatt, obviously. But like with the War Raiders, they didn't change anything about them. They're the exact same character, the exact same people. Nothing necessitated a name change. When the Wyatts turned to the Bludgeon Brothers, they changed pretty much everything about them, like their music, the way they came out, what they look like. So that I got, but this I don't get at all.
So what, they didn't want war in their name because
I heard it wasn't even about that either.
What was it about?
Vince didn't like the name and changed it. That was what came out.
And the fucking Viking Experience was
Because here's why I believe that. Because in the same night, the very same night, or the next night, what's her name? Ember Moon was calling herself the War Goddess and stuff like that. So that's why I believe that Vince just didn't like it and changed it. I guarantee that's what happened.
sounds like classic Vince.
And then, because why would he change their actual names too? You know what I mean? He changed their actual names from Hanson and Rowe to Eric and Ivar. So that is why I also believe that, because he could have just changed the name and then kept their real names.
So
you know what I mean?
Are we supposed to act like they're not the War Raiders and the tag team champions of NXT?
I was just gonna say I don't see a need here when I just watched NXT from Wednesday night and they came out as the War Raiders.
I'm confused here. Are y'all really trying to keep it separate? Like I don't get, like, why are tag teams playing double duty? You know what I mean? Is the division lacking that much? And it just seems like that shit just came out of nowhere. It's
Name
like
change. But it's like when
even them coming.
When
up,
is it okay though? When is it okay? Like they're doing it a lot more now.
I don't ever think it's okay, because I feel like you're kind of like, it's like kind of Triple H is putting all this work in and they're building their name, and then you just changing it like that, and it's just like, damn. Once again, why are they even up?
I think it's okay if you change the actual character though.
Yeah.
If you're not doing anything, why change it?
Why
You're telling your fans that everything you've watched for however long they've been in NXT and you've invested in, and then they come up without their. Why aren't they allowed to have their championships?
Why do they keep cherry picking NXT random talent just out of nowhere? Like, they're just bringing up champions and then changing their name, acting as if they're not that on NXT.
Well, like, who else? Andrade. They changed his name, but yet he's still screaming his name in his entrance music.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that.
Robert Roode. Now.
Robert Roode's okay though. I get that, because it's a gimmick change at the same time. That's why it's okay. Yeah. He's changing something about himself. Like, again, Cody Rhodes. How many times did he change his name? Dashing Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. Then he was Stardust. He was Cody Rhodes with the mask. He was so many different things, but he was changing his gimmick while he was changing his name. Fucking Sandow, Damian Mizdow. Like, come on. Like, how many times did he change what he was doing? But it made sense. This is just, I don't like a name, I'm changing it.
Yeah.
Over the years, there's been times where, like, I get it. Like, I totally get it. This is one of those times where I just don't understand. Like,
Classic Vince.
if you go back, even to the longest time, like Dr. Isaac Yankem was changed to the fake Diesel, then was changed to Kane. But guess what? They were all gimmick changes. They weren't just the same guy rolling out there. Even fucking Mick Foley, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, Mankind, he changed the gimmick from everything he was coming out as. I just don't understand the need if you're not going to do anything. I even went on like Bleacher Report, right? And they pulled up the 7 worst name changes in WWE history. Do you want to give any guesses to any of these?
The Viking Experience. No.
They're not really in order, but remember Colin Cassidy? Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Big Cass. I actually don't agree with that as a bad name. I think that was for the better for him. Do you agree?
I agree.
So, where was the other one that they had? The Bludgeon Brothers. We talked about that one from the Wyatt family. I agree with this one. Kenta to Hideo Itami. Kenta was a great name.
Kenta was definitely a great name.
It was a great name. There was no need to ever change that.
Is he still going by that now? Or we don't know?
He went back to it. Yep, went back to Kenta.
Do we know where he's going? Or
I think he just signed his first. Oh God, I just saw it. Let me look it up real quick. Kenta's first booking. They're bringing up like Kenta Airways or Kenya Airways. So let me get out of that. Michael McGillicuddy. You remember that guy? Curtis Axel.
Mm-hmm.
Another terrible name. Not really too much of a gimmick change, but it did necessitate a name. Glenn Jacobs they bring up, who I just brought up too. And then Johnny Curtis to Fandango. I also believe that was one of the worst.
Is he still under contract?
He is. He is currently hurt. That is why he is not wrestling. But what do you have any final thoughts on this gimmick and name changing and all that kind of stuff?
I get you want to make it easier for the casual fans to remember, certain superstars, but it's getting a little ridiculous, at this point.
But doesn't that kind of at the same time make them kind of forgettable by having one name? Because do you think people would have remembered Stone Cold Steve Austin if his name was Austin or Steve?
That's a good point.
Do you think people would have remembered The Undertaker if his name was Mark?
It's a good point.
Do you think people would remember Mick Foley? Well, they do. I can't even use that one. I was gonna bring that one up. But my point, you get my point.
Yeah.
It's just these names are what makes these characters stand out and is what makes them superstars. I know we kind of went from name changing to gimmick changing, but it's just all what is in a name. You know what I mean? I mean, Andrade Cien Almas. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with Cien Almas? What's wrong with Andrade Almas? None of it. Andrade is good. I get you want it crisp, you want it clean. Mustafa Ali to Ali. No. No. In no way do I like that. Do I agree with it? Do I get it? No. I get Andrade to a point. I still think it's dumb. Mustafa Ali, don't like it, don't agree with it. I still call him Mustafa Ali. I forever will.
They missed the Lion King's coming out again. It's close to Mufasa. They could have did something.
Mufasa Ali.
Yeah, they could have did something crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's Vince, man. I don't get it.
There's instances where I get it, like Antonio Cesaro. I like Cesaro.
Antonio Cesaro.
Alexander Rusev.
Yeah.
I'm just never gonna get when you
Yeah,
do
like
it
I
to
said-
when you go to the last name, I get it. It
Like-
sounds cooler, but the first name isn't cool.
Like I said before, man, I get why it's in some cases, but it's getting out of hand to just completely just change the War Raiders name. I don't agree with that to the Viking experience, and it's just it was trash, and people you heard about it, and they changed it. Why don't you change it back to Why don't you just change it back to the War Raiders? You know, it was perfectly fine then. So yeah,
I actually, you want to hear a confession? I actually think Viking Raiders is worse than the Viking experience. I don't like it. I actually kind of like Viking experience better than Viking Raiders. Viking Raiders just sounds like you're telling me what the Monday Night Football game is going to be. Vikings Raiders.
yeah, that's crazy.
Who's in the Super Bowl? Vikings Raiders.
Yeah, that's trash. Yeah.
That's how it sounds to me. I'm like, you just put two football team names
That's
together.
trash.
But that's just me.
It's gonna,
I don't like any of them. I just like War Raiders.
I love War Raiders. I'm sold on that. I still
And
love
what
War-
the
I still
fuck
love
is an
War Machine.
Ivar?
I don't know.
I know it's a character. I think it's a character.
Wait. Hold on. Where the fuck is AOP? You talking about the tag?
One of
team
them's
division?
hurt.
Oh, one of them's hurt. That's what,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I don't know which one. They both look the same, but
Yeah.
the one, the taller one's hurt. I think
Yeah, they've been
the one
going
that
for a
doesn't look like a turtle.
Speaking of people, people hurt. What do you? Speaking of hurt, what do you think about Daniel Bryan? They're saying that they can be forcing him and Sheamus to retire. What are your thoughts on that?
Good
on Daniel
segue
Bryan?
there. I like that.
Thank you.
I think
Podcasting
it's
101.
I think it's good to be cautious with him because I don't want another Daniel Bryan retirement speech already. I really don't. I think it's good this is what's going to happen if we want Daniel Bryan to stick around. They're going to be cautious with him. Any little thing that he's hurt, they're going to take him out. And I'm okay with it because I want him to continue to wrestle because he's been putting on phenomenal matches since he's been back. And his character has been second to none as far as I'm concerned. Nobody has been able to touch him on the mic since he's been back. Not one person in WWE has been able to touch him on the mic. And I just want more of that. So if this is what it takes and to prevent him from having to retire again, I'm okay with it. In Sheamus's case, I know you want to talk about Sheamus also, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with it because this isn't the first time we've heard of it. He has that spinal stenosis, which was what Edge had.
Yeah.
So that's nothing to fuck with.
Yeah, he just hanging up.
And he was doing that move where he has the guy on his shoulders and then basically drives him into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to be cautious nowadays because we've seen so many guys retire at a young age, and we've seen so many people die at a young age.
Yeah.
I know it's not the popular opinion, but for me, for the safety of these guys, for me to want to see them live, even looking past my fandom, I want to see these guys live to be functional. You know what I mean? Because you see so many guys, like we just lost King Kong Bundy not too long ago. You know what I mean? And he wasn't that old. I mean, I want to see these guys stick around.
Daniel Bryan is going to go down in history as one of the greatest superstars of all time. He doesn't have to do anything else.
Exactly.
After that run and dropping the title to Kofi in that fashion, I hate to see him go, but I definitely want him to be healthy. He has a young daughter that he needs to attend to in his family. So I hope he's able. I hope they find a way for him to come back, but I don't want him to kill himself trying to entertain me. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I would like Sheamus to ride off in the sunset because he's been battling that same thing for a while. I'm sure he got a job in the back, and at this point, man,
what hasn't he done?
He's done everything.
He's done everything.
And
King of the Ring, Royal Rumble,
and he should
WWE Champion,
he probably
Tag
should
Team, everything.
He probably should manage Cesaro and get Cesaro over and get him into the title picture. I would like to see Cesaro versus Kofi. Like I want to see different people mix it up. I want to see Kofi have a nice little run, but I want to see him go at it with some people that
He's on Raw now, Cesaro.
Oh yeah, okay.
He got traded to Raw.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that. But even a Cesaro versus Seth, situation.
I just hope the bar if Sheamus comes back and he's healthy to come back, I hope the bar is not over for good because I love the bar. Because if they are over, we got nothing, no split up, nothing between them. So I kind of hope they come back together if Sheamus does come back at some point.
Yeah.
Not to say that they have to be a tag team, but like an alliance of some sort, you know, because
He
they
should
worked
be
really well together.
He should be his manager, just like how Xavier and Big E are basically
Kofi's manager.
Yeah, they basically are. So
Another huge topic coming out from like Raw, the Firefly Funhouse.
ooh, yeah.
What did you think? I loved it.
It was
I
like
loved it.
Blue's Clues mixed with like Freddy Krueger,
Mixed with Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, I don't
Annabelle.
know. I wonder where they're going with this. But I heard like the people are not really, the upper people are not really digging it because
I've heard a lot of different mixed reviews about it. I've heard like sponsors weren't happy, but I also saw them.
though?
I also saw them double down on it, put it out on Tuesday during SmackDown, and then they put it out today again on their Facebook. So I think Vince is like, fuck it.
But why though? Why would they feel?
So they think it's like a cult leader, like leading a kids TV show. That's what they said. Like that's what they're not happy because that's how it comes across.
Isn't it the point? Is that the point?
That is the point, but like it's a certain point for me. I'm like, dude, you gotta get like just say, hey, just trust us. Like if I'm Vince, I'm like, just trust us. We're doing. Let us do our thing, because I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the best things they've done in years.
All right. So
Like
when you
Bray
first seen
is
it,
so good.
when you first seen it, like what was your first thoughts? Like
I was like, yes. I literally was like, yes, this is fucking awesome. When I saw Bray like creep around the fucking door, that was awesome.
Right.
And he looks good, man. Like he
Yeah.
looks really good.
yeah,
And his voice, like his normal voice, like doing it, it's creepy because you're not used to it. But that's his voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the hurt and heal gloves, like the hurt thing was telling him, like, did you notice that the glove told him to saw his old thing in half?
oh shit,
You didn't notice he put his hand up to his ear and you heard like like somebody said something to him.
No, I didn't
and
know.
then he chopped it down. So like I'm kind of interested to see where it goes. And I heard they worked with I don't know the guy's name, so I apologize, but some kind of horror movie prop maker to do all this kind of stuff. And I heard they have like a whole backstory type of thing. So like they made a bunch of them. Like that's why I'm like, I hope that this isn't one of those things that just gets killed right off the bat.
yeah.
Because Bray's been like tweeting stuff out like cryptically, like he does. I really want to see where it goes because I really like
Do
it.
you think he's gonna be dressed in that same attire in the
absolutely.
ring? That'd be crazy.
I hope so. If we get to that point, I think I want to see what the backstory is because at one point he goes, "I was a really bad man," and people were like booing him.
Oh, yeah,
and he
yeah.
goes, "But I've been brutally punished for what I've done, and I want to know what happened to him. Like, you know what I mean? I want to know what happened. Like that's the thing is like Bray Wyatt can't just be like this. We need to know what the fuck happened to this guy.
Yeah,
That's why I need this to go on. I need it. I need to know.
You reminded me of something else. You reminded me of someone that benefits from that fucking Sami Zayn coming out there and cutting amazing promos and getting crazy heat for it. He's like, you could tell his best friend is Kevin Owens, man. They like the same. It's like they're like the same fucking person, man.
I liked it, but I'm kind of worried about it at the same time. I'm worried about the longevity of it.
I think he'll eventually get. I think he should eventually cut off Seth or somebody come out and just do the same shit. And
Well,
just
because
keep
that's
going.
what it's going to lead to is like, who's going to be the guy to come to the fans?
Please not Bobby Lashley.
You know what I mean? Who's going to come to the fans' aid?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's good if he could keep adding to it, but like people are going to get old if it drags on for like a month or two. You know what I mean? You need it in a couple weeks. We need this to wrap up with somebody coming out. Who do you think would come out? Bray come out. What if Bray defends the fans?
That'd be
And
crazy.
he goes on and he has Sammy on the Firefly Funhouse.
That'd be crazy. I don't know, man. I want to see.
Cena?
I want to see. I want to see Sammy and Seth go at it, man.
Cedric Alexander.
Probably.
Sammy's not in that. I'm sorry, Sammy's not in that echelon right now, brother.
I wish.
You're not seeing that. He ain't gonna be in the WWE picture.
Yeah, probably
Universal
Cedric.
picture.
Probably Cedric.
Cedric. Like I'm trying to think of the other like mid card
Where's Ali at?
baby faces. He's on SmackDown still. Who's the other like mid card baby faces they got over there? Because that's who it's gonna be. The Miz. You see the Miz?
Oh yeah.
AJ's up there.
AJ's with Seth.
I'm trying to think who else they got up there.
It's not really too many people.
That's what I'm saying. There's not too many people that can. Ricochet?
Yeah.
That could
That
be
match would
that
be
would be
crazy.
one. Yeah, Ricochet. That's who I'm picking.
Are they missing the ball with Leo? Leo not really doing shit. And
Leo and
he has a
Bobby
lot-
haven't been on Raw.
And he has a lot to offer.
He's got a lot to offer, but I know that say he's
An asshole.
he's an asshole and he's full of himself. But like, aren't you supposed to be full of yourself? Like, isn't that what Ric Flair was? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wasn't Hulk Hogan full of himself?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, whatever.
They want you to be submissive.
Yeah, they don't want you to think that you can be the best. Why the fuck are you there?
Exactly.
If you don't think you can be the best, why are you there? I mean, I've seen him wrestle in Ring of Honor when he was damn near 20 years old, taking on the best of the best back then, and he was fucking good. So I know he's only gotten better, but
But y'all don't, you don't let him wrestle.
let him wrestle on 205 Live.
Yeah.
Now, him versus Finn was a really good match when they finally let that happen.
Yeah.
Speaking of unhappy people, it brings us to our next topic, I think. What do you think?
Let's get to it.
So, another one bites the dust. Dean Malenko has quit WWE. So this is a long list of people who have asked for their release or have been released or trying to get fired, got fired, all within like a short amount of time. Because in WWE, this has not happened in a long time. Let's run it down. Luke Harper asked for his release. Goldust recently gone.
Oh, we got to talk about that.
We will talk about that. We will talk about that.
But the Luke thing, I heard that, yeah, he asked for it, and they actually extended more time on his contract. You're not going nowhere.
The Revival have reportedly asked for their release. Sasha Banks reportedly asked for her
As
release.
she should.
Dean Ambrose has asked for his release and has apparently been granted his release.
Yeah.
Or not even. He's walking at the end of his contract. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's not renewing
He's an
his
alumni
contract.
and everything.
Mike Kanellis has reportedly rumored asked for his release. Kenta has asked for it and been granted and is gone. Ty Dillinger asked for it, granted, gone. Neville, gone. Backstage, Dean Malenko quit.
Jericho, gone.
Jericho, gone. Road Dogg has stepped down as the head writer of SmackDown. TJP apparently tried to
On
and
purpose.
did get fired.
Congrats.
That writer got fired for mentioning Vince McMahon in the Bret Hart speech he wrote. RD, I apologize, don't remember his last name. And now he's back to being a wrestler on the indie scene, so good for him. But it just goes to show this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 unhappy people. Rumored, whatever you want to believe it or not. But that's a lot more than you've heard in recent years.
And that's all the ones that actually had the balls to do something about it. I can imagine how many people in the back.
If you follow Tyler Breeze on Twitter, you can tell he's unhappy, but he's not saying it like asking for his release. But he's always hashtag Where's Tyler? I'm ready, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
What do you make of all this? I mean, it's clear that they all realize. That's what I was gonna say. It's clear that they all realize there's so much more options for them. See, I don't even think it's AEW. I think there's just so many more other options because I don't think. You want me to be honest? I don't think any of these people are getting signed by AEW.
Yeah, I don't. But here's the thing: the thing that AEW makes for them is opportunity, same pay, less dates, healthcare, equal pay for women. They're on a major network. The network has not been named yet. That's something that New Japan doesn't have, Ring of Honor doesn't have. That's something that they can piggyback off of. And I said that a long time ago when people were like, well, why would Ring of Honor work with them? For one, their contracts are different. They're still letting Joey Janela do his spring breaks. They're still letting Jericho do his cruise. Kenny's going to be able to still work with New Japan when he wants to. Same thing with Jericho when they want to. They're going to keep that door open. Fucking Ring of Honor basically were all in. They were their people in the back. They were their equipment, et cetera, et cetera.
I just listened to Bully Ray on Jericho's podcast, and that's what he said. He said the biggest mistake Ring of Honor did was letting these guys do this and helping them. It was like you basically told them how to run a company, and run a show.
And now they're going to take it to a whole nother level, and they got fucked. Like, I mean, honestly, they did. Like
Ring of Honor,
they got fucked.
and you can see Ring of Honor now scrambling by even trying this Enzo Cass stuff. They're trying stuff. I mean, they have talent. Bandito, Jeff Cobb, those were two huge signings. Roosh, That was a huge signing, but Rush is there for 1 year. They better put the strap on him or he's out. He's going to go to AEW. He's going to go to Ring of Honor or New Japan.
Look, their best bet is to working with them and getting on that network and trying to get that rub for those other superstars to continue selling out. Because you sell out Madison Square Garden, you gotta keep the momentum going.
So let me say, so I know everybody that leaves, there's he's going to AEW, he's going to AEW.
No, I don't think it's that easy.
But you know, people say, AEW. You've heard Jericho. I've listened to Tony Khan, Cody Rhodes. All say it. They're not just gonna grab. They're not going to be WCW. They've said it, and so far they've proven it. There's been all these people that have gone, and they're not signing them.
Yeah.
Yes, they picked Neville, but guess what? Neville is fucking good.
Neville.
They'd be idiots not to do it.
And if they get
it's
John
not like
Mox,
they're
they get John Mox.
Exactly, but it's not like they're going up. Ty Dillinger guy, get him. He was in WWE. Yeah. No, they're not doing that. They're not going to do that this time around. Yes, they signed Goldust. It's bigger than just Goldust. They want this big fucking story, which is a huge story that they're telling. If you haven't watched, go watch. It wasn't on Being the Elite. It was on the Road to Double or Nothing, right? The YouTube series. Go watch that. It's storytelling, it's so man. Good. It's so fucking good. It's bigger than 50-year-old man wrestling. That's what people are saying. No, wrestling is storytelling. Like, go watch this. It's a huge story between these two. They never got to properly tell the story. Now they get to the way they want to.
And it's awesome. Fucking awesome. And they're going to do it the best. They're going to do it the best way they possibly can. And look at that.
Those are two guys that left WWE to be able to go tell a story that they wanted to tell because WWE wouldn't let them.
And here's the thing. Here's the difference between WCW and AEW. WCW were kicking Vince's ass until, Hogan and all of them with the booking and then Eric Bischoff, and then you had Vince Russo. They hired Vince Russo thinking that we can give him the WWE sauce or WWF sauce, and that just wasn't the case. These guys understand the business. They got their finger on the pulse. They're selling out in 3 minutes. Every show that they're doing.
He just did. Tony Khan just did another interview with Chris Van Vliet.
I'm gonna check it out.
Where he talked about all that. He has been a fan for a long time. He knows
what he's doing.
He knows. He flew and saw Jericho's last 2 matches. That's what he wanted as his present from his dad for graduating, whatever. I forget, like 8th grade or something. Mm-hmm. He went to ECW Arena and watched Chris Jericho's last match. That's how much of a fan this dude is and how long he's been watching. Yeah. He's been watching Dragon Gate. He watches TNA. He watches He watches everything. And now he gets to watch it. You know what I mean? This guy was doing all that on his own while trying to run 2 fucking huge sports teams alongside his dad, and he also has a lot of other companies.
Yeah, they have a lot. He has a fucking stat company. He has an analytics company.
Yep, he talks about that.
He knows how to do numbers. And then as far as they're treating it, the way they're treating it as a sport, they're doing the weigh-ins, et cetera, et cetera. They're giving, like I said before,
and it's even bigger than that if you go and look at what they're doing for like autism, what they're doing for victims of gun violence, victims of domestic abuse. Like they're doing things that are just good things to do because it makes sense. It's not like when you see WWE do that shit.
Exactly, and like they're giving insurance to people, medical insurance because he does that with other football players, et cetera, et cetera. So he's bringing that
not to everybody, to full time,
but the full time players.
Like people,
that's crazy.
People that are working, he says, people that are doing in the office, and so my understanding, Cody, Young Bucks, all them, Daniels, Kazarian, because they're working with the talent, I believe, scouting as well. So, and these guys are seeing that. In WWE, and they're like, I want to be treated like a fucking person.
And equal pay to women.
Equal pay to women is huge too.
Letting superstars actually figure out their character, and actually supporting that at the same time.
Another thing, embracing LGBTQ plus people like Sunny Kiss. What's her name? Is it not? I want to say Naya, but it's who I'm talking about. What the fuck is her name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Nia Long. No, you keep talking. I'll figure it out.
And I know they got someone from. They got international talent also, And
SEMA.
I don't think they're going to handcuff him. I feel like they're going to push and show love. You know, they're going to find a way to make everybody feel important. When I watched that battle royal at All In, they found a way to make everything important. It was one of the best battle royals I've ever seen. They have an understanding for the business, and
Nyla Rose is who I was talking
they're going to stop people from thinking to go I automatically want to go to WWE because it's talent that are just not going to WWE right now that WWE wants, and they're going to AEW. And then the talent that are
Britt
in
Baker,
WWE,
hello.
and then the talent that are in WWE, they're going to see the shit that's going on over here, and they're going to want a piece of that shit because it's just as on that same level as WWE when it comes to the States. If they're getting paid this great money, they're getting less dates. They're home for Christmas with their kids. They have if you work full time backstage, or if you one of those guys, I'm sure if you one of the top guys, they'll pay for your medical, especially if you're bringing in money. It just makes sense that way. And then you're not handcuffed and shackled to your creativity at the same time. And I think that because they're wrestlers, they understand the business and they get it as far as, you know, from the wrestling standpoint. And then all the new talent they have, like the Jungle Boy shit, and you seen that the Bucks when they went over there to AAA, they had like a 5.4 million, the highest grossing, which was good business because
a t-shirt company, though, bro. Don't
yeah,
worry about
which
it.
is great business because they're gonna come up. They got all those eyes on them over there. So now they're gonna put these guys over in America. It was just good business. It was just a smart fucking decision. How they do things, how they tell stories on their YouTube page. The same, and I like how they do the back end, like the behind the scenes shit on Cody's things. Like he's telling it from an executive standpoint of the shit that's going on, what goes in there, and they're telling it from like just the storyline as far as the matches and et cetera, carrying the story on. I just think it's amazing, and I think what they're doing, if they keep doing what they're doing, and if they keep selling out, and if they're able to maintain, great ratings for TNT, I think they're gonna definitely be competition in WWE. I think WWE already feeling the effect of them, and that's why, you know, they kind of made some of the decisions that they're made, and that's what we were talking about before. WWE has been better all of a sudden that, you know, AEW has been making certain moves, and they can't acquire some of the talent that they want. So yeah, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan at this point.
I'm gonna tell you right now, their like cruiserweight division or whatever you want to call it. I guess their whole fucking roster is a cruiserweight division technically. But like Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, MJF, Phoenix, please, Scorpio Sky, Joey Janela,
Private Party.
Private Party just got signed. It's gonna be good. Gonna
Best
be real
friends.
good. Sonny Kiss.
Best friends.
Yep. Peter Avalon.
My
he
guy.
just got signed too. Peter Avalon looks like
Hangman Page. Pac, you know what I mean? Jericho, Kenny. Woo!
Yep.
You know Marty's coming soon.
Their women's division's pretty damn good too, man.
Yeah.
Brandy, Britt Baker, Penelope, Kylie Ray, Nyla Rose, B. Priestley, they just announced. Allie. And then they got Leva Bates, who I believe they just announced too. So
All the AAA talent, you know, they got these other guys, international. I can't think of their name. They're good also. I mean, it's gonna be a good show, man. It's gonna be great.
yeah. And back to our original topic.
Yeah.
I guess spawned us off of that. But I think the other reason that just besides like they want to be treated well, like all that stuff too, they also see the buzz outside and all these other promotions too. You know, even Impact. They went to the fucking Pursuit channel, dude, and people are still watching them because they make their stuff available. You know what I mean? It's available on Twitch, and they let you know where you can find it. So Pat has gotten me to watch it. They are actually coming to Philly the 4th and 5th of May, so I might be at the 5th if you want to come with us. NXT is coming to town, too. The 17th will be in Philly. Are you going to that, Ace?
I'm gonna try to see, depending on my girl's schedule with these children.
Yeah. You got too much.
That's a lot.
That's why I have none and will continue to have
Yeah, man.
none,
Live it up.
so I can do all these things.
Live it up.
I will be at NXT on the 17th.
Oh.
And on the 16th of May, everybody should come out and support one of our own in the presence of Wolves, Chris Capitanio, who we did an interview with a little while ago. You can check that out, but they'll be in Philly also on the 16th.
Awesome.
Have you watched any of Dark Side of the Ring, my friend?
No, I haven't. My aunt just literally texted me yesterday and asked me. She sent me the link. I didn't have a chance to watch it. I'll probably watch it today.
So I got to watch them. I won't break them down too much. I'll just talk about it real quick. So the 3 episodes so far are The Killing of Bruiser Brody, A Match Made in Heaven, which is about Macho Man and Liz, and then The Montreal Screwjob. Cornette's in there, Foley's in there, Abdul the Butcher, Tony Atlas. I'm trying to think of all the other people. Hogan's wife's in there. Well, Hogan's ex-wife's in there. Macho's brother Lanny Poffo. I'm trying to think who else is in there talking about everything. Brett is in there talking about the screw job. Bischoff. So they got a lot of people that were there and in it. Really, really good and really well done, I think. It kind of lets fans in that don't, like, that probably know nothing about any of these things. Really get to learn about it and bring you in a way that's kind of cool, because they kind of do, like, shadowy reenactments. So, like, you can't, obviously, so you know you're not looking at somebody that clearly isn't Macho Man reenacting something. You know what I mean? But, like, it's like shadow. It's kind of cool. And some of the stuff about Bruiser Brody I didn't even know. Like, I obviously knew that story, but, like, some of the stuff that they were telling I didn't really know. So it was good to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Because I always hear people talk about him, and due to my own just stubbornness, never really went and looked up and watched a lot of his matches, but I have since then. I highly recommend to any wrestling fan, go watch it. It's on Viceland, or you can probably find it. I know the Bruiser Brody one episode, I think, is on their YouTube, I think, so you might be able to watch on there. But, so my girl watched it with me, and that led her to want to watch the Monday Night Wars, and we're about 3 episodes into the Monday Night Wars now, so she's getting all caught up in all the history of WCW, because she's heard me talk about WCW and has no idea what it's about. And it's kind of cool to go back now to watch this, because you're like, oh, now we have another company coming in and trying to do this to Vince, and it could you know, well, they say they're not doing this to Vince, but it's probably going to happen naturally, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of cool that we're, like, back in that area where everybody's making all these documentaries again, and people want to know, like, the Dark Side of the Ring, The Glow on Netflix. You got John Cena, Batista, The Rock. They're all huge movie stars. Like, it's, wrestling's cool again, man. Up, up, down, down. That's a huge channel. The Cruise of Jericho.
Yeah.
It's cool again, man. And then you look at, I know you want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. AEW, Cody and Goldust.
Yeah. Storytelling at his best. Yeah, I wonder how long he's going to really go. I don't think this is going to be his last match.
Who, Goldust?
Yeah. I don't think so. I think he has a lot left in the tank. He hasn't really been doing too much in WWE for a while. So if he was, like, getting in shape, you know, some DDP yoga, he needs to be all right.
I think the one last ride is in reference to his last run here.
Yeah.
Last run in AEW.
Yeah.
Because I think he might have a couple guys, and he probably wants to work with the Young Bucks. At least once, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Knowing him, he probably wants to work with, like, Kenny maybe once. You know what I mean? Even if it's in a tag team match. Like, I don't think it's going to be his last match, but I don't think it might be his last singles match maybe. But I think you might see him in tag team match here or there or something, or a battle royal or backstage, something. I don't think he's done. I think this is his last run. That's what his last ride will be.
I wonder if Cody, by the time they have this, and it's like the way they timed it, and just how they spaced everything out, it's still time for them to really. Cody hasn't even responded to his brother's video yet.
Not yet. No.
So I wonder by the time they build this up, it's going to be like the Cody and Nick Aldis, like when we gave standing ovations before it started. I think it can get to that. If it gets to that, then they will. Then they already won, but they really won with that. If they can go from Goldust and changing him from that, retiring that gimmick, and then he's, you know, Dustin Rhodes with the red and black face paint. I think they do that successfully. Yeah, they're already showing that they know how to carry stories, stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be great.
And we're getting down to it. We're less than a month now as we sit here. We're less than a month to Double or Nothing, and I hope everyone else is excited as we are, because you will be there, correct?
No, I actually
you're not.
Yeah, I actually sold my tickets. Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, I have a wedding to be to that weekend. So.
Oh, the B team have been moved to SmackDown, guys. Too.
Who?
The B team.
Oh.
The B team has been moved to SmackDown, and Dean Ambrose has been added to the has been moved to the alumni section.
Yeah. People still think it's a work now? Still think it's a work?
He'll be back
One day.
one day. Trying to see if there's any other. There is something. So did you see Johnny Gargano at the Cleveland Indians game?
I did see a picture.
And he is a WCW Triple Crown winner. Apparently, did you see that on their Titantron?
Yeah, I peeped that when he won the belt. I was like, wow, yeah, he definitely won all the straps. That's dope.
Yeah, I just think it was funny that they called him WCW champ.
Oh, they did. They literally. I thought you were joking. They literally called him WCW champ.
Yeah, it said it on their big thing. There's
Oh wow, that's funny.
Unless someone is fucking with me, that was
that's wild.
picture.
That's wild.
Let's get into the last thing here before we wrap it up. The Undertaker and Kurt Angle have been pulled from StarCast 2.
I don't understand that.
WWE is reportedly, this is according to ProWrestlingSheet.com. Ryan Satin and the boys over there at ProWrestlingSheet.com. So WWE is reportedly exercising its right to, bless you, to withhold talent from any events deemed not in the company's best interest.
Wow.
By pulling The Undertaker and Kurt Angle from StarCast.
Wow.
Conrad Thompson told Sports Illustrated a deposit was made to Undertaker before announcing his inclusion in the event in February. Shortly after, he was contacted by the Dead Man's management team, who told him WWE said he couldn't appear at the event.
I think it's hating.
What do you make of that, man?
They shook.
I'm telling you, if people still trying to say Vince is not worried. I'm not going to say scared, but worried about them.
Oh, he's definitely scared.
Like, he's at least thinking about it. He's at least thinking about it.
What
Because
the fuck is
all
Kurt?
this shit.
Kurt is retired. Like what?
So
Kurt getting his money?
Kurt and Taker getting blocked from this. There's reports that next year's Mania he's going to try to block everybody from doing any shows around Mania, which is fine. I just won't go to Mania. I'll go to all the other shows wherever they
why,
are
though?
held.
But why?
Because he's worried about it, man.
Yo,
he's very worried.
Yo, fam, it's gonna be other. Yo, it's something.
I'm not
for
saying
everybody out
scared,
here.
but he's worried.
No, that's scary. You try to block everybody from doing
Business.
shows.
He's been through this before. He knows how to fight.
You know how many McDonald's is right across the street from Wendy's? Like nobody
He's
cares.
being
He's fucking
exactly.
He's fucking scared.
There's room
that's
for
why
all he
brought
has
out-
to do instead of all this other bullshit is just put on a good
put on-
product.
You got all the talent in the
Like
world.
instead of all this bullshit,
Yeah.
put on a good product.
He's-
Stop putting out shitty T-shirts.
He's trying to end, right. He's trying to end. He's trying to end all the different territories all over again. He's just trying to stop everything.
Yeah, NXT Japan coming at your ass.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, no, I'm good.
It's coming.
Listen,
I told you, it's coming.
come on, man. I'm not watching that. I'm not watching.
Coming.
I'm not watching NXT Japanese. I'm not watching it.
All right.
Because Vince, we know what's going to happen. They're going to move up and they're going to get fucked over. We already seen that story multiple times.
Yeah.
Ask Shinsuke. Ask Kenta. Ask Asuka. Like we seen that story. It's over. But yeah, he shook daddy. I don't give a fuck. He's scared. You gonna stop them from getting their money? Can they get their money? Can the fans come see them? You know, StarCast is his own brand. They work with AEW, but they're not AEW. They're their own fucking brand.
Yeah.
Ric Flair was there yesterday, but I guess you can't stop Flair. So
Flair's still announced for that one.
yeah, so you can't stop Flair. So why can you stop Taker? Why can't you stop Angle? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know. They pick and choose.
Listen,
to do what
Taker,
they
you're
want.
not going to Hall of Fame.
I guess because they have no plans of Rick ever wrestling again. I'm telling you, Kurt is not done wrestling. And The Undertaker clearly isn't either. They got Saudi shows, that money to make.
Oh God,
They got Saudi money. Come on.
Saudi pimped out money.
Yep. They probably were like, well, you're not getting your Saudi money if you don't come.
And you're not gonna be Hall of Fame.
I'm taking your Hall of Fame ring if you go to the StarCast.
And I'm gonna take away security.
Stop working for AEW. Vince, I'm not.
The next guy that comes in there, I'm going to send him personally to take you out.
Why do you guys want to work for AEW? Vince, I'm not. I'm just going to StarCast. You work for them, don't you? No, I don't. I just want to go to StarCast and meet some fans. Fuck the fans. You work for me. He's also Batman, too, apparently.
Yeah.
I kind of go into the end of Batman. You work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got anything else to bring up on this week? I don't know if you anything else you'd like to add on this fine Friday as we record this.
I mean, that's everything. I think we covered everything that was important to talk about.
We've been away for a while, people, but we're coming back. We're going to be better than ever. We want to give you something you want to listen to. So if you like this, let us know. If you don't like it, let us know. We're like WWE. You know, you're the general manager or whatever you want to say. You can tell us what you want to hear because obviously we want to make a show that people want to listen to. So.
And shout out to everybody listening to us and have been rocking with us, regardless if we had a show every week. If not have a show every week,
Thank
people
you.
that are tuning in the Six Pack, KCT, people that are tuning in the Trap. We just the numbers are still up. The group is still thriving, and we're working on a couple of things and a couple of announcements coming soon. I just can't say anything right now, but yeah. So
we coming back at your ass.
Yeah,
Pause.
the next the next episode, I don't know if it's a milestone or not. It's episode 50, which is really episode 150, but it's episode 50.
It's episode 50,
we're
baby.
We're gonna do something. I don't know. We can do something special.
The Rock's gonna be here.
Oh yeah, right. we might do a 3 up, 3 down.
Stone Cold's gonna be here.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels is gonna be here.
Bet not say Terry.
Razor Ramon's gonna be here. The fake Diesel is gonna be here. None of these people are actually gonna be here. War Machine's gonna be here.
Yeah, Vince stopped us like they stopped Jericho.
From Iron Man, not the wrestlers.
Are you going to see Endgame?
I'm going to see it, but please no. If anyone, I'm gonna say this right now. If you are in our group
Fight
you
me.
spoil Endgame,
Fight
you will
me.
be kicked out of the Wrestle Cave.
And we see who's
podcast
on
group.
site, motherfucker.
And I will find you.
Fuck you up.
And I will kill you.
All right, that's it.
But I am gonna go see it. I just don't know when. How about you? You got plans already?
I'm going to stream it like right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna see it. I need time because my girl wants to see it, and she'll be pissed if I see it without her. So
Yeah, time is something definitely you need for the 3 hour and
dude, she was talking about going like one night before work. I'm like, babe, it's 3 hours.
Jesus Christ.
She's like, we'll go before work. I'm like,
Fast,
no,
3 hours.
no, it's 3 hours.
Do you
I'm like,
realize
which means we need 5 hours of our day at least.
It's
Previews.
Yeah, it's like it's like Raw but better.
I said, I was like, we need time.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like WrestleMania all over again. She thinks she don't need a jacket. She thinks she can watch it in an hour.
Yeah,
I'm like, babe, it's 3 fucking hours. Where you been?
That's the story of our lives. Yeah,
That's why I'm making sure I have a whole fucking day
absolutely. Man.
devoted. I might watch it without her, not tell her, and then watch it again with her and act surprised.
Hey man, that's how you do it.
I don't want to get it spoiled.
Hey, that's how you do it, man. But that's Wrestle Cave. I am Ace Porter. This is 30 Case. We're out.
Make sure you follow us. Wrestle Cave Podcast on Facebook. Wrestle_Cave on the Twitter. Wrestle Cave on Instagram. Follow Ace. Follow myself. Go on YouTube. Go on Spotify. And everything. Just do it. Just listen. Everything. Let us know. Bye. Go Sixers.